Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the previous video. So in today's video, we'll be discussing the different documents that are required for job seeker visa. So I have tried to differentiate the documents into three different categories: long-term preparation, short-term preparations, and day of interview. Long-term preparations, as in these documents require a time between 2 to 4 months, and short-term preparations, these are the documents where you can arrange between 1 to 2 months, and day of interview, these are the documents which you can get instantaneously. Okay, like let's say for example, getting a biometric photo or taking a printout of your appointment. So all these things are in day of interview. So in today's video, we'll be covering the long-term preparations, okay, and see what all documents we are covering there. So the first one is passport. You need to have passport. So for those who don't have, apply for it. And for the guys who already have the passport, there is a small condition you need to satisfy. So yeah, this is the condition taken from the embassy site. Okay, this issued within the last 10 years and with at least 12 months validity left after the scheduled return. Okay, so let's say you are applying for a job seeker visa which is valid for 180 days. Okay, and you have given the dates of, you have given the 180 dates as these dates, so January 2021 to June 2021. Okay, but your passport should be valid for 12 more months after your return. Okay, so the expiry of your passport should be June 2022. June 2021 is your expected return date, and but you have to have additional 12 months, so that is June 2022. Okay, so that is what this means, that condition means. So that is the requirement for passport. And the next comes German language. So learning German language is a great advantage, and if you have decided to come to Germany, then I would strongly recommend to learn German language. From my personal experience, let's say if you search for a Java developer role in Germany, right, then 70% of them need German language. So knowing B1 level of German language will increase your job opportunities exponentially. For those who cannot attend classes, I would suggest set aside 10 to 20 minutes every day and start learning via app. I started with Duolingo, but there are many other apps you can use. They also show you how to pronounce and many other features. And for visa purpose, they consider only the certificate, like you need to have a B1 level certificate only or A1 level certificates. Only those certificates are considered. But in my case, what I did is I still had attached my Duolingo progress as a document for showing them a proof that I have started learning German language. Okay, so yeah, learning a German language is a great advantage. If you guys are planning to come for sure, then I would suggest please do it. Next, proof of academic qualifications and proof of job demand. So the first reason why I put this in long-term preparations is sometimes your university or your degree might not be listed on this site, which I'm going to show you next. So in that case, you need to request for it with all the documents that are requested by that are needed for the verification of this whole process, and this will take a lots of time. So that's why I have put it in long-term preparations, just in case if your degree or your university is not listed there. Okay, so yeah, I'll show you how to get the comparison for your qualification and your university. Okay, so this is the site where you can download the comparison report. Okay, so what you have studied in India in comparison, like how they rate it here in Germany. Okay, so first is for the degree. So I go here, and then just select the country where you come from. So this is a country, like say Landa Auswahl is the country. Land refers to country. So Indian, okay. Landa Auswahl Bestätigung. So this is the country I have selected, and next you will see like what is the category. Is it a bachelor's or master's, and is it 2 years or 3 years? Yeah, here. So bachelor's 3 years, bachelor 4 years, master's 2 years, master's 3 years. So you need to select whichever is applicable for you. So say, let's say for example, I'll show you 2 examples, okay. One is for a Bachelor of Computer Application, and the other one is for Master of Computer Application, okay, and for engineering. So Bachelor of Computer Application is 3 years degree. So I select Bachelor, 3 is 3 years. So Bachelor, yeah, here, Bachelor of Computer Application. So I just click here, okay, Abschlussklasse A3, A3, Abschlussklasse. So this is the comparison. So they have this Abschlussklasse as A3 here for this degree, okay. So what you need to do is you need to take a printout of this guy and save it along with your marks cards, okay. So this is for the degree. This is for degree, okay. So I'll show you for engineering also, okay. Yeah, you have this Bachelor Engineering here, okay, Bachelor of Technology. Next for masters, the same, it's pretty much the same. So go for masters. So 3 years masters, Master of Computer Application. It's only yeah, for 2 years you have multiple, yeah, Master of Business Administration, Commerce, Engineering, all these things, okay. So yeah, you just take the printout of them, okay. So let's say business administration, right? So you go click here, you have this, you take a printout of this guy, and that's it. So you have it ready, okay. So this is for comparison of your degree. Next, you need to also check what is the rating your university has got, right? So go to Institutionen, Suchen is like search, Suchen, it's pronounced as Suchen, Indian land. So this is the country, and let's say I searched for the university. Yeah, so here it is, Visvesvaraya Technological University. So this is the university where I have studied, okay. So you can take a printout of this one, and this is rated as H+, okay. So that's it for the institution and for the comparison of your degree. So these are the 2 things you need. So let's say for example you did bachelor's and master's, right? So take it separately for both of them, okay. If the university is same, then you don't have to take separate. If the university is different, like in my case, like I did bachelor's from Karnataka University and master's from VTU University. So there are 2 different universities. So in that case I had to take both of them separately, and also the bachelor's and master's separately, okay. So just take all the 2 or 4 printouts, whichever is applicable to you, and that satisfies this condition, proof of academic qualification, okay. So that document is sufficient for this category. And next comes proof of job demand. So proof of job demand is the 2 important sites which they'll be using is, first one is LinkedIn and the second one is Zing.com, okay. Zing.com is more popular here, so Zing.com. So few things here is I would suggest is add a professional photo, okay, and update all your technical skills, add all the certificates you have, take some certificates if you can, okay, and add them to your LinkedIn profile and Zinc profile, and get recommendations from your old manager or colleagues, and make your profile completely ready. Okay, so someone who sees your profile, they should be able to see what all certificates you have and what qualifications you have. Okay, and so once you prepare your profile, right, your LinkedIn and Zinc profile, start applying for jobs in Germany. Okay, the reason being, you need to show the embassy that your profession is in demand, and to prove that, you need replies from these job applications, not the rejected ones obviously, but the ones that say they are interested in your profile and would like to know more or something like this. Okay, so you need to have few replies from such companies or from such applications which you applied for. Let's say, for example, 5 to 8 such replies would be good, showing the embassy that your profile is in great demand in Germany, and you are already getting replies from companies for your job profile. Okay, so that is for job demand. Proof of financial status. This is one of the major reasons why your long-term preparations may get extended a little bit longer. It depends on you how long you need to arrange these funds. Okay, so I try to get the exact amount that you need to save in your account for your monthly expenses from a visa point of view, but couldn't find it particularly in case of job seeker visa, but I assume it is same as of student visa. So for student visa, it is 853 euros per month. When I applied for it, it was 720 euros per month. This amount keeps varying. Okay, so let's go with 853 euros per month and do our calculations. The current conversion rate is 87 rupees is equals to 1 euro. Okay, and we need to calculate the expenses for 6 months. So 853 into 87, that is the currency rate, and into 6 is the 6 months. So that will be up, that will come up to 4,45,266. And for this, I'm adding my flight charges. So again, this is a variable amount. Flight charges may get expensive or may get a little bit lower depending on when you're booking them. I'm considering the average price, and that will be 5,266. And on top of that, I'm adding DD verification plus miscellaneous. DD, for this one, you need to check the local embassy site, okay, where you will get the exact amount of DD you need to get from nationalized bank, but it won't be much. This will range from somewhere between 4,000 to 7,000 max, but the verification fee will be higher, and this ranges between 25,000 to 35,000. It depends on a case to case basis. So for me, they didn't charge. I would recommend to save another 50,000 as a buffer just to be on a safer side. Okay, so this is the financial status that you need to be prepared for a job seeker visa. So I'm also giving you a small example of how much expenses might be. Okay, so these are my expenses. So I live in a single room studio apartment, and it has rent plus electricity charges plus internet, so that is 450 euros. And the groceries, it's like 250 euros approximately. I mean, it's not just one time, so I go somewhere around 4 to 5 times in a month, so that will cost me 250 euros. And public transport, I use bicycle everywhere. Okay, so I don't spend much there. But yeah, for job seekers, you might spend more because sometimes your interviews are on a different place than what where you stay. Okay, so it might get a little bit, but yeah, sometimes company claim these expenses, so you can always ask them well in advance when they call you for interviews, right? So you can ask them about the expenses there. So this is the total expenses. Okay, and total as in the basic needs. This does not include party or outing or trekking, or any trips which we go. So this does not include that. So this is the amount you need in case if you are doing only these things. Okay, just to give you a brief idea. And also important thing here is I live in a tier 2 city. Tier 2 city as in this is not as big as Berlin and not very small also. Okay, the city where I'm staying is in between. Okay, so yeah, but if you consider a bigger city, then the expenses may go a little bit higher, and if you go to a little bit smaller cities, then the expenses get reduced a little bit. Okay, so this was just to give you an overview of this expenses. So that's it for today's video. So short-term preparations and day of interview for job seeker visa, I will prepare and upload them in the next videos. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please comment your queries. I'll try to answer them. And yeah, stay safe, stay happy, and see you soon.